Thank you everyone for joining us for this session of Webinar Wednesday. Today we are going to look at a number of our example application series looking at the construction site inspections for an MS4 system. As usual, we want to utilize our everyday technology to perform our everyday work, and utilizing GeoSync GO, a GeoSync GO solution or flow solution to do that. So first off, we may have some that are not familiar with MS4. So just in case, a very simple explanation of what an MS4 is. It's basically a system owned by a local government entity that actually discharges stormwater into local waterways. And the goal of an MS4 is to prevent pollutants or harmful pollutants from getting into those water sources that are coming from the MS4. There's a lot more involved with it than that. There are permits and all that stuff, but in general, that's what we're talking about, is a stormwater system that's dumping stormwater or runoff into local streams, and we want to prevent pollutants. There are different sizes of MS4s, there's permits, all this, but basically that's what an MS4 is all about. And some of the pieces that we utilize to attain that goal are public education and outreach, public participation involvement, illicit discharges. We want to find and eliminate those. And particular to today, we want to control construction site runoff. So as part of the construction site runoff, we want to actually manage that information and do inspections on those construction sites. Of course, then there's also post-construction. After the site's built, there's you want to prevent runoff after the fact, prevent further pollution, and then just do good housekeeping methods to best management practices. But again, today basically we want to look at the site runoff, or the construction site portion of the MS4 system. First off, it is a construction site. We want to, of course, track the location of that site. Where is it in our community? We want to have information regarding who is on the site or involved with the site, the owner, the contractor, inspectors, what have you. We also want to know what type of construction activity we have, if it's commercial residential, single lot, different types of information. And we also want to manage how often we will be inspecting this site and what type of inspections it will do. So the process in general is someone wants to build something. There's a construction permit that is issued. After that, we'll actually go and put locate that construction site on our map using an address search or manual zoom on our map. We'll spot that construction site on our map. And then once we have that, we want to perform inspections on that site. So on a regular basis, we'll go out, field inspector will go out and he'll see the sites that are open and use a mobile device an inspection form to do regular inspections on that site to make sure everything's going as it should as far as the stormwater protection of the MS4. The inspection will document findings, any actions that were taken, and flag the status of the site. All this work is, as usual with GeoSync GO workflow solutions, all this information is tracked and recorded for future reference and analysis. So the first thing we have to do is design a workflow for our MS4 construction site inspection. And the first part of the workflow, this is basically a two-part workflow. The first part, and this workflow is pre-built. There is a workflow already exists that we have created for this. So we'll look at that. The first part of it is the construction site itself. We want to track the location of that construction site with basic information like our site ID that we'll assign to it, the owner information, contractor information, the construction type, when the inspections are going to be, phone number, I mean, just basic information about that site itself. So, and site name, you know, the owner information, contractor, contact information, so information about the site itself, and there'll be a feature on the map specifically just for the site itself. Now, the second part are our inspections. This is still part of the construction site workflow, but these are actually going to be inspections done against that site. So we'll actually, the reports or the inspections will include the general site information. We'll pull that from the primary feature, the primary record. So you'll have that as part of the inspections. But we'll also add where we'll have the date of the inspection, date and time of inspection, the inspector, the different findings, such as, if you can see on the example here, if the construction waste is handled properly, if the storage areas are inspected. So we'll track all this additional inspection information in the actual construction site inspections themselves. And we can also attach or collect and attach photographs specific to that particular inspection. And we will have, this will be a one-to-many relationship. We'll have one construction site, but we'll probably have many inspections that will be linked to that construction site. So that said, let's take a look at the map. Here's what set this to look more like a tablet. In this case, we see construction sites. The purple flags here are my single lot inspections. The blue square, the blue flags are my commercial sites. So I'll display those depending on the site type itself. You'll see some other information here, another layer here with the little blue circles and the little red square of the cog in it. Those are our best management practices, our BMPs. So it's our, like I say, our post-construction pollution prevention methods. So we're not going to worry with those. Actually, let's turn that off we'll turn those BMPs off just to clean up our map a little bit, focus more in on the construction inspection. As you see, there is a construction site here. It's if I select on the site, I can see we have a single lot. There are as-builts, Acme Construction, Roadrunners involved in this. We have the contractor's email, phone. We have the owner's information, all of our basic information about the site. And we also have a photo of that site. Now that is specifically to on the site itself. Now, to do an inspection, we can select, we want to do an inspection of the site, we can select the site. Now, the sites we do, as I mentioned before, as when the permit comes in and we create the site, it's there, it's ready to do inspections on. So the process of adding a point is very simple, just with any other GeoSync GO. You select the location on the map. You can either select a folder here, or you can do a new collection. And in this case, it will be a construction site. Fill out site information, and we'll go ahead and do one here just so you can see what's going on. We'll use this MS416B. That's, we'll give it an ID there. Location, cdp Boulevard. Site name, cdp-mapsync services. Fill out the owner information, contact information, site status. We'll say it's a single lot, like these single lots. We have as-built. So you go through and fill out the different pieces of the form, and again, this is for the construction site itself. Once we save that, after a moment, it will be real time. It will show up we'll see the point on the screen. But that's how you would actually add the site location itself, the construction site. So now if we want to, we've got a new site there. There's another one here, the one I've done earlier, a site that we need to do an inspection on. We'll select that, do new collection, and this time we will do an inspection against that construction site. So we'll select our inspection. You can see the format to bring in our ID for the site, location, the basic site information it pulls into this report or this form, this inspection form. Here I will give, and of course the date. The date is defaulted to today, so this is my inspection date, or I can change that. We will give time. Let's do the actual time. It is 10:14. 10:14. Construction type. It's a follow-up. Do we have one scheduled? Inspect your CDP. Anything that is there. Weather is clear. Last precipitation hours, I don't know that, so I'm not going to fill that in. So then we have group one. Was our plan on site? Yes. Was our were reports there? Yes. So we just go through and the report all the items. Go to our next group, fill those out or select those. Group 3. This has to do with our storage areas and waste, that thing. And the results page. So we'll say this is compliant today. This was compliant today. We want so we save that report has been saved to the for that site. So at this point, utilized with the information that we've collected. So this is the GeoSync GO AM tools. It's basically a window into your database, into your features and your reports. Here, site inspection table, and here's a list of all of my sites. I can sort those by site number or site ID. And I can go through which ones I want to see. I need to refresh. My latest report wasn't there. Construction site inspections. Go down. There are 3 on the MapsynC site, or the city engineer site. We have the dates of the inspections, findings, who the inspector was, all the information that we need about that. And if I select one of the inspections, I had a photograph of the silt pits attached to the inspection. That might have been a key piece of that I wanted to track. Now we can also do reports from this. All your construction site sales. There's a group construction sites. Here are all of my construction sites, and there is my cdp engineer site, and we have a photo attached to that site. Now, back to the inspections, we can also do reports. That one said here for that inspection. There are we can build specific printable reports for MS4. We had these pre-built, so we can see the inspection for CDP site ID, the committee, what we found, information about that site, and a photo of the, so that material is the MS4 construction site inspection. Thank you for joining us today.